Well, it's been a 5-kilometer walk into the spot with 90 pounds of gear. Thankfully, my lovely assistant gave me a hand with some of that stuff. The bulk of the weight was definitely on me though. Got set up. Before I even got set up, before I even put some bait out, saw 2 fish show on the surface. Put out maybe half a kilo, 3/4 of a kilo of bait, not too much. And I've seen 3 more shows since then. Tied up my rig, got my rig out, and we're in business. So I've been out there for maybe 10 minutes now. Nothing happening yet, but there's plenty of time. And as soon as I get one, you guys will know. There's the first take. About 40 minutes in on my usual particle mix. Fish feels real good. About 50, 60 yards out. Almost looked like a catfish at first. No, there's the fin. He's a carp. I may have to chase this fish around the bend, so I'll see you guys in a minute. Looks like an easy 20. Maybe we'll go 23. We'll see. Maybe we'll go bigger than 23. Maybe we'll go 25, 26. Let's get this hook out and get this weight done before that rain starts back up. Just on my usual spread of particles. Hinge stiff again. As I said before, selects for big fish. Not sure how or why. Well, I went over it one time. It must catch the bigger aggressive fish because it's popping up from everything else. So as all the little fish may be in there picking up the small bits attract the big fish in, and they see that pop up just sticking up, and they go right for that. And the hooking capabilities are phenomenal. Oh yeah. Yep. Look at that. That is beautiful. Let's get a quick weight and see what we're dealing with. Feels like a 25. Let's go. $26 even. No, 25.14. Minus 210 for the scale for the sling because I'm not zeroed up. 23.04. 23 pounder. Not bad at all. Let's hurry up and get this boy back. Get my bait back out there. Get my rig back out. Because I know there's more fish here. First fish of the day. 25 pounds. Look at that belly. Feeding up for the fall time. Look at that tail on her. Look at the mouth there. Just saying, feed me. Feed me more maize. All right, rig back out. Let's see what we can do for number 2. Just put out another spoonful of bait, small spoon, I don't know, less than half a kilo, maybe a quarter of a kilo, half pound. So that's out there. New PVA bag is on, re-glugged my hook bait. I'm confident a fish is gonna come by very soon. Of course, we can be confident whenever and have nothing happen, so that's irrelevant, I think. Well, confidence isn't irrelevant, but if the fish come, they come. If they don't, they don't. Confidence or not. So right now I'm fishing in a neck down area that connects a dual basin, sort of back bay zone with the main lake, Lake Ontario. Behind me you can see downtown Toronto. So fish can be moving in and out of this area all day long, any time of day. Early September right now, water is still very warm. Sometimes current is going out, and then about half an hour to 45 minutes later seems to come back in, and then every 45 minutes it sort of switches. Haven't figured out yet how that affects the fish movement. Do they go with the flow? Do they stay where they are? Do they go against the flow? You know, we'll learn that the more I fish the spot. This is my first time at this spot. I'm liking it very much. I'm liking the clean bottom, sandy, gravelly, a little bit of weed here and there. Nice deep channel, nice deep basin to fish in. Clarity to about 3-4 feet, which is nice. And I know there's big carp around, so that's good as well. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I'll definitely be coming back. I'm absolutely loving it here. Only thing I'm not loving are the red ants by the billions everywhere. The only way to combat that is to stand in the water. Even then, they seem to get on you, and they bite and they sting, and I'm absolutely covered. All my gear is covered in ants, and it's just terrible. But gotta go through what you gotta go through to fish the unfished spots. So here I am. I haven't seen any sign of other fishermen. You know, if they have been here, they're covert, they're taking their garbage out, which is awesome. So if you guys are fishing this spot and that's you watching this video, good job. I like it. No garbage. It's beautiful. No, thought that was my line tightening, but that is not. About the weather today, low pressure system, rain in the morning. Rain's been on and off. It's been heavy once, the light drizzle earlier, and a third time there was light drizzle. Like I said, low pressure system, clouds are low in the sky. Fish are feeding, fish are active. I figured carp be more active in the high pressure. High pressure brings carp and any fish higher in the water column. Low pressure puts them down. But if low pressure puts them down, maybe that gets them down bottom feeding instead of up in the water and cruising and just equalizing. So fish are feeding. I'm seeing them rise in 10, 12, 13 feet of water, crashing the surface, clearing their gills, equalizing the swim bladder. So fish feed in low pressure. I know other fish do. I wasn't sure if carp would, but now I know. And this is a learning experience for me. Like I said, I don't think I've said before, but I'll tell you right now, This is my first year carp fishing, seriously. I've caught carp before as a bycatch, accidents, or just, you know, messing around with flies and worms and that sort of thing. But my first year doing it, you know, pretty seriously. So I'm learning very much as I go along, and I'm happy to share everything I learned with you. See you guys in a bit on the next fish. So I've almost used up all of my mixed particle mixture. Got about a couple spoonfuls left, so I'm going to save that for if and when I really need it. I don't think I do. I've got quite a bit of bait out there already. But if I do run out of that, for me that means my backup is just pure maize, just straight maize. That's all it is in the white bucket, in the backup bucket, with some flavor in there. If I do resort to fishing with just maize, it's not going to make sense to fish with just a pop-up. The pop-up doesn't match. It's very easy. If all I'm feeding is maize, it's very easy for the fish to fixate on the maize, on that size, that shape, that color. I can match the color with the pop-up, but I can't match the size and shape. So if I do switch to just maize, chumming with that, I do have a couple spots in mind. I'm going to switch up to just a classic hair rig with a piece of flavored maize on there, a little bit of caramel on there, and then a piece of floating maize, fake food, right on the top there, on the top of the hair. So what's going to happen is this combination is just balanced enough to not lift the hook off the bottom, but it will be lifted up. So it's going to sit just like that off bottom, near weightless. That piece of real food, real maize, is going to be just ticking the bottom. So it's almost neutrally buoyant. It pretty much is neutrally buoyant. So when the fish come by and they're sucking up all the real maize off the bottom, when they get to this one, because it's neutrally buoyant, it doesn't sink, it's going to fly back further in their mouth, giving them more problems. When they go to eject it, my hook is going to catch. Got a very stiff hook-link material there. So if I do resort to fishing just maize, that's the rig. Like a fish at first. It was, it's not anymore. Like it's moving. I don't know what that was. Current's acting real funny. Right now it's emptying out of the lagoon system here. And it's emptying at about 90 degrees to the way the wind is blowing in. So we're getting some strange, we're getting a very powerful current emptying the lagoons. We're getting the wind blowing my line in the opposite direction. And a very strange wave and current pattern in my baited area. So I don't know what's happening. But that took off like a fish. I think it was a fish, could have been the current. If it was a fish, you got me in the weeds, and there's a hook pull. If it wasn't a fish, then it was just weeds all along, combined with heavy current, and that's that. So, gonna get my rig back out, and maybe there are fish in the area, we'll see. Well, uneventful day overall. Hiked in 5K with 90 pounds of gear to get one fish. It was a good fish. I think it was worth it. Some people might disagree, but hey, we're carp fishermen. We're all kind of weird. I'm going to be back here tomorrow under high pressure again, but at least maybe the fish will have time to acclimatize to that. And I'm going to put out, I still got about 10 or 12 kilos of bait in this bucket. this one right here. So I'm gonna pop out about half of that into the area I've been baiting already, and maybe if the fish come through at nighttime or later today after I've gone, maybe I can get them milling in the area all night long, so that when I come back tomorrow, they're here and they've associated the area with food and they're hungry. So that's the plan. We'll see how it works out. See you guys tomorrow.